Hi everyone, welcome to Here We Are, Brattleboro's community talk show. And this is a special episode of Here We Are because in celebration of BCTV's 50th anniversary, we are doing a few special things for our viewers at home, for the live stream, and for people who are coming to the party, which is our annual producers party, which is Friday, November 14th. We hope you can join us for that. We will be there and there will be lots of exciting things going on. It's free and open to the public. So today we have George Harvey with us. I'm going to be in conversation with him, and he is the creator, producer, and host of Energy Week, a show that many of you are familiar with. It's on every week on BCTV, and it's an hour-long show, and over the course of 12 years, with his co-hosts Tom Fennell and now Nancy Wolf, George has produced 646 episodes. 646 episodes, folks.
646 hours.
That's right. That's right. Plus all the research that goes into that. So these episodes keep us informed and current to the minute. All things energy related, from climate change to electric cars. So right now we're going to talk to George in person. He is not on his regular show, but he's sitting at the table with me today.
Absolutely.
So George, thank you for coming
on.
Well,
thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for being part of the 50th celebration. I know that you're going to be there tonight when we air. It will be tonight for the celebration at the Stone Church.
At the Stone Church.
Brattleboro. So we're excited about that. Everybody's going to dress up. There are rumors of a limousine coming to deposit people at the red carpet in front of Stone Church. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So George, Energy Week has been a mainstay of BCTV for these dozen years.
Yes.
And you have provided us with so much information and so much awareness of energy locally, globally, and nationally. And originally, you started out with a blog.
That's right, yes. Yes, I've always been interested in energy. I mean, when I was a child in grade school in Illinois, I'd see steam engines going across the prairie. And I'm serious, that was real in those days. And then when I moved to a new home, one of my classmates was the son of, I think he was the executive officer of the Nautilus, which was the first nuclear submarine. Oh. So I went from steam to nuclear. It was quite something.
In one fell swoop.
In one swell swoop.
Yes.
In recent years, I've been pretty much anti-nuclear for reasons that I don't want to go into in this show, but there are reasons. This is not because I'm afraid of nuclear energy. But I joined the New England Coalition, and I started realizing in order really to make sense of everything, you have to get all the news.
So you were doing this blog for a number of years before BCTV. Could you talk a little bit about how the blog transformed into you sitting at a table here every week?
Yeah, I can do that. And this is something that has happened to me other times in my life, exactly the same way, but on different subjects. I went to bed one night and I woke up in the morning with the name Energy Week in my mind. And I thought, TV show. So I came to BCTV, I talked to Core, and she said, well, you've got to have content. And I said, I have content.
You do not lack for content.
No. But she said, you have to have an engineer. And okay, I could be trained to be an engineer, but it would be a much easier thing if I could find an engineer.
Yeah.
And I was walking down Elliott Street one day and I ran into Tom Fennell. I knew him because he and I had both been representatives at the town meeting. And I said, Tom, I'm looking for an engineer. He said, what kind of engineer? Because he was an engineer, he was an electrical engineer. And I told him, and he said, oh, I can do that. And I said, you've been trained as an engineer at BCTV? He said, oh yeah. So we were off and running.
Oh wow.
I provided the content, and originally he was doing all the switching from camera angles, And I just figured with his background, he could comment on anything he heard. But he didn't like that. He wanted to get into it deeper. So I created a website that he could go to see the specific articles that we were going to talk about. And what I do is I do the 10 to 15 articles that I put up at the blog every day, almost always 15 articles. And then I choose 3 of those.
So you approached BCTV with this idea,
Yes.
and then Cor gave you the way.
She gave me the way to do it.
Here we are,
Yes.
646 episodes later.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if this is one of the longest running shows on our, say, Vermont public access TVs.
I don't know. It used to be that Wikipedia had lists of the longest running public access TV shows. And I can tell you that there are a couple of them that have gone past 2000.
Yeah. Well, this is only 12 years old.
Yeah, this is only 12 years old.
We've got miles to go before we sleep on this one.
This has a lot of preparation.
It has a lot of prep, a whole lot of prep. Do you get feedback from viewers or from people who...
Occasionally I do. And in fact, the blog has a you can donate here. It's not a for-profit blog, but I do accept donations. And I very seldom get them. I don't really push them very hard. I do have one fellow who donates a modest amount regularly, and he donates to BCTV.
Oh, yeah.
And BCTV uses that to cover the cost of my membership.
Right. Yes. Yes. Well, that's another thing, just to throw out into our viewership here is that pretty much everybody, all the producers are volunteers.
Yes.
There are a few exceptions who are augmented staff. But always people, all shows like your show or my show, we can always benefit from sponsors.
Yes.
And that doesn't go to us, it goes to BCTV.
Donate to BCTV. It does benefit us. It makes it a lot easier to deal with the shows. If somebody wanted to donate a couple $1,000s a month, I could hire dancing girls to do.
That's true. That's true. There are a lot of things we could do. However, the thing that's great is that I think bringing the public into the awareness of Brattleboro TV is basically BCTV is here for us. It's here for us as producers to be able to. A lot of us have dreams of the kind of show, whether it's music, cultural. Yes. There's so many different shows on BCTV, and that's what community TV is all about.
And my show is like a lot of shows. I know that BCTV has had shows that outdid mine in this regard, but other stations pick up these shows and rebroadcast them. And for example, I don't know when somebody in Oradell, New Jersey decided to put it on the Oradell show, but it has been up.
Yes, and I found the same thing, that once in a while I'll check in with one of the content managers and found that somebody picked up one of my shows in Colorado or Utah, and I'm thinking, how come? And I think a lot of it is tagging. And this is like social media. And so if I have someone on, the subject was I used to play organ for Procol Harum, or I was the butler to Bill Cosby, things like that, get picked up. And so I think, again, that's another one of the things that's great about community television, because we are exemplary in terms of freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
And in terms of being able to talk about transparency in towns, which I know other people are going to be talking about for this 50th anniversary.
Yes.
The select board meetings are gavel to gavel, so there's complete transparency in
Absolutely.
that.
We have a different form of democracy.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of BCTV and lots of other stations like it.
Yeah. I'd like to hear what you say about this, George. What I'm finding is that the climate of our country over the last year especially, I think we're realizing more and more that the power we have is in our communities, locally.
The power we have in this country is the power that we have as voters, and that is profoundly important. And the power that our communities have is profoundly important. I was a town meeting rep, and what's the Brattleboro representative town meeting? It's probably the lowest level of legislative body, if you want to accept it's being called that, in the United States. And I'd look around and I'd say, this is real democracy at work.
That's right.
And these people are dedicated.
Yeah.
And they would give up a day of their lives every once in a while. And town meeting was not easy to get through.
Right. You had to be a knitter, right, to get through town meeting.
Yes.
But here we have it, a room full of people who care about things in their community that are absolutely personal and absolutely for the community
and
itself.
People understand when they're talking about, you know, the stone wall on Church Street.
Right.
You know, it's
right. Exactly. We have a personal investment. Just to continue a little bit with local television.
Yes.
Is not only the breadth and the variety of the programs.
Right.
Anybody who has an idea, like you and I each had an idea.
Right.
We walked in, we floated it to Core, and she said, you know, well, give it a try. You know.
Yes.
And that was, it took me a while to understand the community aspect of BCTV, that anybody can come on and do a show. If
I
you've
have
got an
encouraged
idea.
people to do that.
I have too, yeah. And not only a show like this, but we've had wonderful music. We've had
Absolutely.
The late Derek Jordan
Yes.
had a fabulous music show
Yes.
with people from all around the world that he was contacting through Zoom, but also in the studio. So it's culture, it's the culture. It's about education. We have all kinds of nonprofits coming on.
We
and
have
talking about
children coming on.
and kids coming on, yes.
Yeah.
And I try my best to try to get kids and especially teens to come on and talk about what their concerns are. And again, you know, this is educating the community about what's going on.
It is. There are people in Brattleboro who have got the imagination. There are a lot of people in Brattleboro.
There are a lot of, I know. I think we are extremely lucky. And I think that we are also lucky today to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of BCTV coming back around to where we are and what we're doing. We are here in the studio, you know, that used to be the old high school, and all the Brattleboro high school kids would be in this one place. And so here we are now, some 50, maybe even 60 years later, doing a show with cameras and lights and action and all of that.
Yes.
So again, for the audience, I invite everybody to
show up
at the Stone Church. It's Friday the 14th. If you're watching this now on TV, it's tonight. So go to your closet and find something sparkly to wear, because there will be a red carpet. We don't know how this is all going to play out, but it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, and we get to celebrate not only BCTV, but all the producers and all of the volunteers and all of the energy that it takes to make a show and to make BCTV happen and have it be part of our community. So, George, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, it was really fun to talk with you.
This was a great fun thing to do.
Yeah, and thanks to all of you for joining us today, and we hope that you show up for the party. If by any chance you can't make it, be sure to tune in. George's show is Energy Week. It's on every week, and my show is Here We Are. We have new shows all the time and talk to people from the community. So we welcome you, we thank you, and we hope to see you again soon.